Hello, parents and students. My name is Megan Bresson, and I'm your student CP biology teacher. So to share a little bit about me, this is my 5th year teaching this course at Danbury High School. I'm local to the area. I grew up in New Milford and then graduated from WestConn with my bachelor's in biology and then earned my master's at the University of Bridgeport. I have a special interest in animals and I have contributed to a published paper about sea turtle conservation and genetics. So to show you a little bit in my classroom, there are 6 tables where students can collaborate and work on assignments and labs together. This is the newest building of Danbury High School, which means that it has the newest equipment and it has relatively new science equipment as well, just a couple years old. We've been in this building for 4 years now. I'm going to show my syllabus and go over some course expectations. And I'll show you where you can find that in Google Classroom. Okay, using block 1 as an example. In the classwork section, there are different topics. At the bottom is a welcome topic, and that's where the course syllabus can be found. Some other points of interest are announcements and resources for students. Okay, in each course syllabus, there is a Google Classroom code and the course overview. This course is skills-based. Students will be learning how to communicate information, analyze data, design investigations, and support arguments with evidence. So we're going to be covering a broad biological concepts. Each unit is going to follow a common structure. Students will engage in an anchor phenomenon and develop questions. And through sequences of learning and sense making, they'll develop answers to those questions to complete a performance task at the end. This course is a graduation requirement. We'll be working on 4 units throughout the year. The first one that we started this past week was the marathon runner. So that is about how the human body works and then narrow set of conditions and how feedback and communication mechanisms communicate between organ systems. The second unit is about humans versus bacteria. So we'll be looking at infectious diseases. The third unit, can we save the cheetah? So we'll be looking at genetics in that unit. And then the final unit of this year will be about mammoth extinction. Every Monday, I post a weekly planner in the Google Classroom, and I'll show you before the end of this video the different parts of the weekly planner. Every day, I'll be posting assignments in Google Classroom. And Flex is a resource for students. If their grade is below a 70, I will automatically schedule them. Otherwise, they can schedule themselves if they need to come in and see me. Okay, so some expectations that I have. I expect students to complete the work by the due date and to contact me if they need any clarification or have trouble accessing anything. I also expect students to check PowerSchool on a weekly basis. That way they know what their grade is. I expect students to participate, especially in class activities and group activities, and ask questions if they need to, and to participate in discussions. Attendance is taken at the beginning of class and logged in PowerSchool. If a student is late, they are marked so in PowerSchool. They accumulate 3 tardies, that is a detention. For this course, students are expected to bring a laptop or charger to school every day. They also should have on hand a notebook or binder with paper in it, pencils, colored pencils or crayons, highlighters, sticky notes, glue, and scissors. Most of our lessons will be using a digital platform, but students will need to be prepared for activities, labs, or projects that may require some additional materials. For the grading policies, in this class, tests or assessments are worth 40% of the quarter grade. Quizzes are worth 20. Classwork and homework are one category, and that's 15%, and labs are 25. The Team 4 policies that is linked into the weekly planner goes through some team expectations. So I recommend taking a look at this document to see as a team. I'm just going to go over the grading for any project that is late. That's 10% taken off for each day, up to 3 days. And on the fourth day, it would be worth 0%. So that is a project, research paper, essays, and labs. Regular homework assignments must be handed in by the due date and by the due date time. Any work that is late is accepted for 50% the next day of class. But after that point, it becomes a 0. If students need help, they can email me. My email is here in the syllabus. It is also in the weekly planner. So when writing a message, I ask students to include their name and their block, at least until we get to know each other more. And please note that it may take up to a day or 2 days if it's the weekend for me to answer emails. If you have general questions, I encourage you to post your question in Google Classroom. That way, if somebody else has the same question or if they have an answer to your question, they can jump in and help them. Okay, and these are just some school policies as far as plagiarism and missing and makeup work, and these come directly from the student handbook, which is also linked into the syllabus. Okay, so going back to the Google Classroom briefly, just to show you what a typical week's outline looks like. So this is the current week so far, and the weekly planner is always the first thing posted. Okay, and the weekly planner is laid out by class. So the student would just need to go to the current class. And that has our learning objectives and the activities that we've done just laid out. So that way, if a student is absent, the first thing that they should do is look at the weekly planner, see what we did, then look at the Google Classroom and reach out if they have questions about anything. This also has the homework each day. Okay, the one final piece that I want to look at is the safety contract. Each student is required to complete a safety contract and have their parent or guardian sign it. The first lab that we will be doing will be later this week or next week if it is a B day. And students must have this turned in before they can participate in the lab. So labs are 25% of the quarter grade. And if a student is unable to complete the lab due to their safety contract not being turned in, then that is a 0 for the lab. I will be reaching out to parents and students for those who have not turned in their signed safety contract this week. I look forward to working with all of you, students and parents, and I think this is going to be a great year. So please reach out if you have any questions or feel free to just reach out and say hi. I would love to get to know the parents more this year. Okay, thank you.